Let us start the resource management chapter. This is the ninth chapter in PMBOK. This is a new chapter. New in the sense because earlier it used to be project human resource management, and now they have changed it to project resource management. And it is a very good step because now all the resources, human and non-human, all the resources have been included into it. Earlier, human resource management was only taking care of the human resources. Now, you see, naturally, when human resource, other resources that were not included in this, it was supposed to be considered as part of schedule. So all non-living resources previously were calculated during scheduling, but now putting it in
Right.
makes it much easier. Ji?
No, it's clear. It's clear.
Okay, so here what we do is naturally we have to differentiate between the living resources and non-living resources, and we have to behave differently with both of them. As far as planning the resource management is concerned, or creating a resource management plan is concerned, that would be created for both of both of type both type of resources, and that would naturally we will do the estimation how many people, how many machines, how many tools. This all will be required. What is the estimate of that? Where to acquire, manage, and where to schedule them. This all is part of the resource management plan. But this is just planning. I mean, how to do this? We don't exactly know the estimate at that stage. The resource management plan does not include the estimate, but it tells you the way to estimate, the method to estimate, the tools to use. Actual estimation will be taken care of in 9.2 estimate activity resources. This process would not only be estimating the human resources but also the non-human resources, as I said, which will include the man, machine, material, equipment, supplies, everything. Now the interesting part comes after that. The very first process, plan resource management, was in planning. 9.2 is also in planning. So first two processes are in planning. Rest three processes, 9.3, 9.4 and 9.5, they are in execution, whereas 9.6 is in monitoring and control. So let's talk about the execution. Acquired resources is also about all types of resources. Naturally, we have created a schedule already, what resources to be made available when. So we will acquire those resources at that point in time, just in time. So this is both for living resources and non-living resources. As far as non-living resources are concerned, as soon as they are made available to the team or whomsoever is doing the job, our responsibility is complete. We have nothing more to do with non-living resources in execution, because now they have been handed over to people who have to work with them. I have to provide cement, I have to provide whatever. So I have provided those things to the team, and team knows what to do, and therefore there is nothing more I need to tell them. As far as non-living resources are concerned, their job in execution is done. But as far as human resources are concerned, there is a lot to be done as yet. The team we have mobilized, the team we have hired or acquired, this team has to be brought together into, specific smaller teams in which they will be working. They have to be developed into a team by providing them mentorship, training, instructions, and all that. And that would be the time when this team is going to adjust with each other. You must remember that every team goes through a cycle of 5 stages. First stage is forming. When we create a team, we are forming the team. Once the team is formed, they might be completely, unknown to each other. They don't know each other. The next stage is storming. People start fighting with each other. They start digging into each other's territory as if to mark their own territory. Basically, everybody wants to establish his or her position in the team. So storming is a dangerous stage. It is a lot of, you know, fighting going on between the people, misunderstandings and all that. And then they start understanding each other, the capacities and capabilities of each other, and then they start making allowances for that. That is called normalization. They have normalized the jagged edges they had. They have been sawed off, and now they are making space for others as if they can all adjust together in a team. This norming is necessary to be completed before we can actually go to the next stage, which is performing. Performing is when this team is at optimal efficiency and effectiveness level and they are ready to work. They are ready to start working. So that is called performing. And once they have done their job, the team is again broken up. This is called adjourning. So forming, storming, norming, performing and adjourning, these are the 5 phases team has to go through. So this is specific to living resources. So these living resources have to be, put together into a team. They have to be acquired. We have acquired them already. Now they have to be storming and norming. This will be happening during developed team process. And not only this thing will be happening, they will also be assigned some dummy assignments as if they are, they are fully in line with what is supposed to be done. Not only they know what they are supposed to be doing, but they already would have done some dummy work as if their cohesion is established and they are able to perform. Once this norming, storming thing has been done, they are ready to perform, they are at the optimum efficiency and effectiveness level, then we put them into work and there we start managing the team. Managing the team means that they are performing and we are looking at them, we are looking at their competencies, looking at their interaction, their conflicts and everything, and putting them, guiding them into the right direction. This is the managed team. We will resolve their issues, give them feedback, and write their reports. If somebody has done his job, the team is off. The job is to be finished. Then this all is happening in managed team. So performing and adjourning will happen in managed team. So all about humans will be done during execution. All about materials will be later controlled in resources in monitoring and control. Remember, human resources cannot be controlled. They are managed. So we are already managing the teams while they are executing, while they are working. So there is no need to control the team. Some people would say that team may also have to be given some reports and all that. Yes, of course, but that would be the responsibility of the supervisor who is actually working with them in execution. From monitoring and control, we will have a work performance report generated. As you understand, work performance data goes from execution to monitoring and control, gets converted into work performance information, which is ultimately consolidated into a work performance report. That report will be coming back to managed team, and managed team will accordingly react to it and deal with the people, deal with the team members. You may have to reward somebody, you may have to punish somebody or whatever. So whatever treatment is to be meted to these team members is in execution in managed team process. But as far as the physical resources are concerned, they are to be controlled because they are non-living and you can count them and you can do the inventory and all that. So physically, you will do the calculations there in controlled resources. How many resources, how many went into the store, how many were put to use, what is left and all that. This control resources is to be done in monitoring and control. This is the process of ensuring that physical resources assigned and allocated to the project are available as planned, as well as monitoring the plan versus actual use of resources and performing corrective action as necessary. So it can even bring changes to the project management plan. Change requests could be moved from managed team, from execution, or from control resources from monitor and control process flow. So this is just the definition of these 6 processes which we are going to be dealing with. So good so far?
Yes, it's fine for me.
Okay. Now, as far as the human resources are concerned, there is yet another important thing you must understand, which is not true for non-living items. Human resources only. Human resources communicate. You see, whether it is a team or for that matter, even if we are not only talking about the teams, we are talking about the stakeholders. All of the stakeholders, the customer, and even the team members, they all are human. Humans interact, they communicate. So in communication, we will study uh, how should they communicate, how much should they communicate, and how can it be controlled. So as far as the team interaction is concerned, that is also somehow defined in the communication, because communication is not only about the communication within the team, it is outside of the team as well, with the stakeholders, with the other players, other stakeholders, and whatever. So customers and sellers and buyers, all that. So that has to be defined in communication. So we'll talk about it in communication. Okay. I think there is a problem. I have to reload it. Just hold on a minute.
Sure.